what we have here is we actually have fraud that we can prove in this election. There was fraud in Georgia's election. We can prove it with data. And because we can prove it with data, the voting will of the people of Georgia is not reflected in what was certified by the Secretary of State. So Dave is our lead data scientist, and go ahead.
Thank you, Justin, and thank you everyone for inviting us here today to speak. I'm Dave LeBeau, a data scientist with over a decade of experience working directly with structured and unstructured data across a number of industries, specialized in machine learning and more recently artificial intelligence. I work with a multitude of data structures in the financial services, telecommunications, and primary research consulting industries. The analysis we're going to be reviewing is purely scientific and not based on any political affiliation, red, blue, left, or right. We objectively focus on numbers, data, and machine network systems. Based on our extensive analysis across precinct, county, and state voting results, we've identified over 40 data points for negative voting or outright vote switching across candidates, that totaled over 200,000 votes. Separately, we've applied machine learning algorithms that are regularly used for anomaly detection of fraud in financial services that flagged over 500 precincts with over 1 million corresponding votes that exhibited suspicious activity.
Not seen fraud on a scale that could have changed the outcome of the presidential race.
I thought they collected them all. I just want to document.
No, they're still collecting.
How much? Wait, but how come they already called the state?
Because these are mail-in ballots.
Are there a ton in there?
Yeah.
All right, are you collecting from a lot of places? Yeah.
Really, yeah.
All right, I'll just document. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Are you guys official election guys? All right, and let me just ask you one thing. Where do you guys take them?
Election center. That's it.
Is that in the government building?
LA County.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there a lot more in there?
6 feet, please.
Okay. Thank you guys. I just want to see because they called our state so
6 feet,
quickly.
please.
I know, I am.
You don't have a mask either.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Has not seen fraud on a scale that could have changed the outcome of the presidential race.
Your chairperson can issue him what type of ballot? A provisional envelope. Why? Where's it going? Not even tabulated. It's going in an envelope, right? We have how many days? 6. So what is the Department of Elections going to do with it? Destroy it. Challengers and poll watchers. They have to wear a mask and they have to stay 6 feet. That's important because they can come behind your table. But if you don't have 6 feet, they can't come back there. Any questions?
So the 50 bag was a really good big neck.
Exactly. Yes, they got really good pictures. They brought their binoculars. 6 feet. That's the rule, right? And you are entitled to your 6 feet.
Is that common? Can you start that?
Yep, there's coming. They're coming. I don't know if they're coming to every precinct, but they're coming to many of them in the city. Yes, we have already got word. The state has already said it. They're coming. And the basic thing they're going to challenge is what? Absentee ballot. That is correct.
Yes. What if they're like challenging when they start yelling and kind of making a scene?
911. They got standards. They got conduct standards. They make a scene, get them up out of there. No police.
50 bag was a really good big neck.
Exactly. Yes, they got really good binoculars. 911. They make a scene, get them up out of there. No police. How do you challenge a ballot? You take the ballot, you write under the barcode 2003, and you cover it with what kind of tape? Post-it. The post-it tape. But this time, you're going to put it in a secrecy sleeve, and Mr. Starks is going to go vote as normal. Page 15. All right, page 15 is an example of a new voter registration receipt. In Michigan, what can we do now as new voters? We can register to vote up and through election day. The computer system, the electronic poll book program is downloaded on Saturday before election day. It is not a live feed. So if someone registers on Sunday or Monday, they're not going to be in your computer. But they should have a receipt when they register. If they do not vote at the time they register, they give them a receipt to bring to the precinct. So Mr. Starks, he came in. You looked and you didn't find him. So you're going to say, Mr. Starks, are you a registered voter in Michigan? Mr. Stark is going to say, sure. I'm Iron Man. I flew in yesterday and I'm registered to vote. Right? Mr. Starks, did they give you a receipt? Hopefully he will have one. He would have either right up under here. The first type of receipt he might have is going to say process him as a challenged voter. Everybody highlight that. Then below that it says note to election inspector. Highlight that because those are going to be the directions on how you process his ballot. The one down below says, process him as a regular voter, a regular ballot. Highlight that. So there are two separate types of receipts. The first receipt is going to tell you to process him as a challenge voter. The second receipt will tell you to process him as a regular voter. They might have either one. We know that we have a lot of high school students as EPIs. And if you can't go to the receiving board, because it's late at night, right? If you can't go, you need to tell your chairperson early in the day, hey, I can't do the receiving board. They will choose someone else to go with them.
You actually make up to $450 if you took this laptop to the receiving board. But I stress, this only can happen if your EPIs are a teenager. A lot of our EPIs are teenagers, in high school, and they can't stand at the receiving board until 2 in the morning. So, they'll need someone to drop the laptop off. Because on election day, you'll have numbers of troubleshooters like myself and different coordinators. But honestly speaking, it's going to be hard to get a hold of someone. Because it's going to be 10 people calling for a mishap at the same time.
What do you know about his name?
Absentee
Absentee ballot what? Sent and received. Do not what? You're showing him a ballot. Mr. Allen, we have received your ballot. Thank you very much for voting. Would you like a I voted sticker? Right? He's already voted. There's no reason for him to vote again. At all. Ever. That day. He's done. But what if he gets what? Loud, rude. That's not me. I didn't vote. I didn't want to vote. And just acts of pure, right?
Barr tells the Associated Press the Department of Justice has not found fraud on a scale that could overturn the election results.
A pretty big story. Walk us through this pretty shocking set of details. Jeff Clark, honored to have you on here. Take it away, sir.
So I come to you with news about, someone who could be called Colonel Klink these days, Bill Barr, former Attorney General, who said that the election issues were thoroughly investigated. But FOIA information just came out at this point from 2 more districts. There were FOIA requests put in to 12 U.S. attorney districts in multiple states, the key battlegrounds where electoral votes were in play for whatever party wanted to win, Biden or Trump, that election. And after Bill Barr had issued a November 9th memo saying that there should be investigations of the election, the FOIA document requests have come back with no documents, the null set, Steve. So no investigations were done as a result of that memo. There's only one of the 12 districts that has not yet come in. That's the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. But it's amazing, right, that it's like a kabuki dance. A memo was issued, but nothing was actually done about it based on that FOIA responsive, things that have come in. And the only district that has not yet responded is the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. And I'll remind you there, Steve, that the U.S. attorney in Philadelphia, the Eastern District, he wrote a letter to Trump last year, and he said that he had election fraud issues, serious ones, to investigate. He asked Barr for permission to investigate. Barr denied it. Barr would not let him hold the press conference, and Barr told him to send anything he had to the Democrat AG. So that's why they're holding that one back.
Hang on a second. Is this a blockbuster? That guy he's talking about is Bill McSwain, who I think eventually ran for the Senate or governor. Didn't win a particular thing, but he was a guy that came forward and said at the time to Main Justice, hey, Philadelphia's in my purview, but there's all kind of issues here. Particularly the mail-in ballots, we got to get all over this. And he was told by Main Justice, I think, to stand down. That's what holding back. I want to go back, and I got to hold you through. And by the way, Russ Voigt's going to join us in a second. I got to, because Bill Barr looked the President of the United States in the eye and told him, we've done an investigation, and there was nothing there. Justice. He told it on 60 Minutes. He's told it everywhere. It's in his book. He has looked people in the eye and told them they did an investigation, and there was no voter fraud. Is that correct? I just want to make sure we're doing it correctly here. That's correct. Jeff Clark, he looked the president in the eye. He told everybody, he went on 60 Minutes in his book, he's been going around, that Justice did an investigation. And I think he even said there's a report and there's nothing there. Is that correct, Jeff Clark?
That's basically correct. The one tweak I'd make, Steve, is he said that there was not enough to affect the outcome of the election. But if you're getting back no documents from FOIA, then there's no indication that investigations were really done.
Has not seen fraud on a scale that could have changed the outcome of the presidential race.